Hi beautiful souls, it's Natalie Vivian and this is part 7 of I Am Expecting a Miscarriage. This is the final part. So sorry it's taken me a while to get around to doing it, been quite busy with my special needs daughter Anna. But anyway, back to the story of what happened to me. So basically we went through the metaphysical reasons before and I birthed the gestation sac. I went back hoping everything would be fine, but I still had retained tissue, and even from the last video I still had retained tissue. It could have been some sort of placenta tissue. And I agreed to taking some antibiotics. They called me back, they weren't happy with my blood tests, they wanted me to take antibiotics, so I took those, and I was on really strong iron tablets because of all the blood loss, made me quite anemic, but I'm feeling so much better now. And I just wanted to share this folder, what I've made to help me process a miscarriage. It's really beautiful. It's like the most sparkly, prettiest one I could get. And I did apply for a baby loss certificate. So it acknowledges the baby. You can record their names. So we've recorded them Bliss and Zen, which is beautiful because I was too. I've got the scan picture, that's Bliss. Zen never showed up on a scan because he was a hidden twin, although he was a bigger one, so it's quite interesting. There's Zen, and when I passed his fetus, he was 6.5 centimeters, and it's just beautiful and perfect, and I love him forever. And let's go on to Bliss was in the gestation sac. So that was the gestation sac, and Bliss was in there. She was only tiny. So I didn't want to pull it apart to look for her. So she has been buried. So both of them are now buried. And this is their little burials. Bliss in her gestation sac, and Zen, so bring it a bit closer to show you. And Zen was, they're just pictures of them. And Zen was as his fetus, but I wrapped them in greaseproof paper. And Zen was in a glasses case because it was sort of a good size for him. And he was well wrapped. And then I bought it specially and I decorated it with stickers. And Bliss was in a plastic pot, all well wrapped again. Lots of greaseproof paper because I just didn't want to put them on anything dry. It didn't feel right. And she was all wrapped and sealed with a lovely message. And they're buried outside. I might take you to show you that later, or add a picture underneath. But we've got plant pots, and I used gravel, fish tank gravel, put lots of that on top. I obviously bought some new stuff, and I also got some fake plants. So Bliss has got a beautiful pink rose bush. Zen has got some strong green leaves, plants for him. And I go and talk to them sometimes. In this little folder I made, obviously I kept the pregnancy test, it goes in there. I did get them, you can get angel baby certificates. I got one online and I printed them out, different ones, and all my medical records. So this is a really nice record, this folder, that it happened, that I was pregnant. I had 2 beautiful babies in my tummy and I'll always love them. So this has really, really helped me to process it. So I recommend doing something like this for yourself. Look into the metaphysical reasons why the baby may have passed. Obviously I've sort of done a lot of work with that, and that helped me to actually release them from my body once I kind of gone through the physical reasons why they were holding on. Trust your intuition, that's what I would say. So I didn't opt for surgery, it didn't feel right for me, even though I was told, I really needed it. But obviously I'm not saying ignore the doctors, I'm saying do what's right for you. If it feels right for you, do it. If not, look into other options, but make sure you're monitored as well, and you take their advice to the extent that you feel congruent to do so. So obviously I didn't mind taking antibiotics. I was fine to have the drip. I knew I needed it. I was fine with the iron tablets. I just didn't want that surgery. And I knew that I had passed both fetuses and the gestation sac. So I knew I had passed an awful lot of it anyway. Personally, I think I do still have a bit of retained tissue because I have been getting that pregnancy exhaustion. So in the evening, come 10 o'clock, sometimes I'm just asleep. Like, I'm trying not to be, not always, sometimes I'm busy, but sometimes, you know, I'm like, Anna, shall we get ready for bed? She's like, 5 minutes, mummy, and then I'm asleep. So I've just really felt at times that kind of fatigue, and my skin is really beautiful. Normally I take lots of hormones to help my skin, and I've not needed them. So I'm wondering if there's a bit of placental tissue still left, spiking my HCG, which is giving me the good skin and also making me a bit fatigued. But I don't get fatigued till the evening, so it's okay. Yeah, I've had a very, very light period since, but it's very light. So, you know, again, it just makes me question what is still left and what's really going on with me. I don't really know, but I'm going to just keep positive, keep happy. If I get a temperature or I get ill, I'm told I'm supposed to go straight back to A&E because obviously it's, I'm still classed as high risk of being poorly, but I'm using a lot of positivity, a lot of healing, raising and elevating my emotional state, even though there's been lots of challenges. I may do some videos about them with the system and my daughter. So that's for another video, but basically